Hi, I'm Jackie with Ziflow, and I'm here in fabulous Las Vegas for Adobe Summit 2023. The typical creative process looks like this: 8 steps starting with strategy and rounding the corner with review and approval, finishing up with measurement. With that as a baseline, we asked marketing and creative leaders, what's the hardest part of their creative process and why?
I like that there's review and approvals separately, because oftentimes I would say these get smushed together. So I will say review, because that's probably missed and it goes straight to approval rather than the time to actually review, adjust, and then approve and go to market.
I think the approval is something that I've never been a fan of. I try to cut down as much as I can, streamline it. And I feel like if the culture shifts to where you can essentially share and measure in parallel, you really don't need a lot of those stringent approval process.
So for me, it's create, because I'm not a creator. I'm a very analytical thinker in a lot of ways. I'm creative. I can be creative with ideas, but when it comes to like writing and building and those kinds of things, that's not my forte.
Approval, 100%. Approvals.
Why is that?
I feel like it, at least for me, it's always got to go through like 5 different departments and legal and compliance, and I'm like, so approval.
Depending on your organization, approval could be the longest step in the process. You have a lot of hands, who, to your point, have feedback and input. Probably the toughest, though, I guess, is the actual creating. Unless you got some really, high-level individuals who know how to create content at scale. Probably create and approval is probably the 2 I would narrow down of the 8 on the board. So.
Frustration is always review. Nobody likes review.
Review.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You just create something and then go to market, rather than having some internal reviews, and then everybody has an opinion. With an internal review, it'll keep circling in the same thing rather than taking it to the market.
Makes sense. What do you think?
Approval.
Approval. Why approval?
Yeah, because if you have reviewed with a few folks, it's fine. You have democratized the process and take it and then learn from the feedback and go from there. Approval is like someone approving, not approving.
Yeah.
So you not even tested it out. So yeah.
Approval. Yeah, because you have to wait so long. You never know you don't know who needs to approve it. You never know when they're going to. So approval. Yeah, absolutely. But it's also the most rewarding at the same time, because once it's approved, then you're good.
I work at a very large company, and the hardest part is review and approval, because there are layers to the process. So multiple teams, outside constituents.
I think publish is the hardest because it's the scariest. You've done all this work and you just have to release it into the world. It's just so hard to do that final step. For me, it's the most nerve-wracking.
It could be an amazing thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of times it's great, but it's just the lead up to it. It's are we sure we're ready? Okay, let's go.
Everything else is fun or solvable, but I feel like I have lots of shadow stakeholders here. And so that part can be a real challenge. And so I try to get those people identified and their particular role clarified up front. Who's driving the decision and who has an opinion, but is not necessarily the one deciding. That distinction can make you get through that process a little more, that step in the process a little quicker.
Honestly, none of them. I love the whole process.
You do?
I do. I'm that kind of person. I love it all. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. Well, hey, I try.